You know what really grinds my gears? It's hypocrites. Liars. Scumbags. People of those such things. People that like to waste time, effort, money, everything. Those people truly, I think, are the lowest form of people and piss me off to absolutely no end. And when they do all these things, in the context of what I do here on the show, they do it to bail themselves out because they can't balance a budget or do anything, and they handle situations like COVID wrong and all that. And then taxpayer dollars, which right now it's like we're decades away from ever getting rid of just money we put on the deficit just since COVID started, let alone the stuff that was before it and the stuff they keep adding, like this new 1.9 trillion. And there's still 2 trillion, like Green New Deal, all that stuff. But then that really irritates me. It's people like, the Nancy Pelosi's and the Chuck Schumers of the world. Amongst others, et cetera, et cetera. But, this one goes out to Chuck Schumer, who says that, and Governor Cuomo, who I, again, still don't know how they haven't already impeached him or forced him to resign somehow or something, like the powers that be, saying that they might even still have to do a nice tax hike on, people in New York and everyone around the country. Even though in this new COVID plan, they got like $12.5 billion, I believe it was. Which what raised apparently their whole entire deficit for the year. So they pretty much got their bad policy, their bad handling of things, keeping everything shut down, their inability to budget a book ever, and continuously wasting money all the time, and all of that somehow still might not be good enough because they need 15 trillion, billion to feel better, 15 billion. You got 12.5 from taxpayers that aren't even born yet, technically. That's what all came printed. They made it. Wasn't money that we had. And they're saying, we're going to screw even worse and raise taxes on everyone. So you're going to screw everyone. Really, you're screwing every single human being that knows how to balance a budget and lives there and isn't causing any of the stupid in your states and cities. And this is to all, you look at all the cities that got money and states that got money. Yeah, some of them, they needed it for, certain things. But a lot of them, that just covered our whole deficit. Yeah, shocker. Swear to God, a few months ago, there was an orange man with really weird hair. People compared him to Hitler or Godzilla. Many things. Said that, he didn't find it appropriate for, them to use it as a way to make up for their shortcomings and their inability to, do anything right. There's some places like California, New York, where their budget hasn't been balanced in forever. Super crazy liberal places. And they keep just, making taxpayers now, because of all this, that was in this COVID plan with the money we didn't have, literally people that aren't even born yet are going to be paying this stuff back because we keep letting the same people run the damn country in these, districts, the state, and be in the Senate, and, the people making all the decisions. And mayors, governors, they come and go. These people running the country, though, that are actually making, doing all this and making things like this one straight up bailed out New York. Chuck Schumer spokesperson even openly admitted that this just, Big H just wiped out their deficit for the year. Why? Because they're idiots. Look at all the places that didn't go completely crazy during COVID lockdowns. Where they trusted their people and just shut everything down. Now, screw you. Which then drove their inability to balance anything, and they just keep spending on dumb stuff. That just drove the debt even worse. And everyone did it differently, I get it, but look at the unemployment rates and, red to blue states. Look at, there's a lot, deficits, red to blue states, from that, accrued during COVID when everyone was doing lockdowns in their own different way. Which, by the way, Everyone kept saying, why didn't Trump block everything? And make everyone do a shutdown. Why? Because he doesn't have the constitutional authority to do that. And executive orders don't give you, sorry, it's just not how it works. But I don't know how you people aren't bothered that we're literally bailing out cities and states stuff that are run by complete idiots. There's no other way to put it. They are complete just retards. Hate to break it to you, if I budgeted, my money that I get every month, as garbage as they've been doing some of these places for this long, and you look back, a lot of these states, it's been a long time. And they're just wasted stupid. No taxpayers are going to come bail me out. No, I'm just going to have to go file for bankruptcy and, everything that entails because I screwed up. There shouldn't be people that aren't even born yet with the amount of money they just printed. They shouldn't have to worry about bailing out idiots. Sorry. When us normal people screw up, we're the ones that have to fix it. We don't get, unborn people in the rest of the country to bail us out of our own stupid that we caused. And that stuff just drives me to no end. It has nothing to do with who spend. I don't like people and they spend lots of money on anything. Do we need to rebuild the military after Obama? Yeah, we did need to fix that. Our readiness level was abysmal. So that's something that, I'm okay. Our readiness shouldn't be that good because last time our readiness was where it was, well, we got drug into something that we were nowhere near prepared for. So, but just to do this, just to bail out all these places that are run like garbage, to have Chuck Schumer spokesperson even out there admitting it. And then the governor of the state and him saying, screw it, we might even raise taxes higher. I'd hit this number. How about you just balance your book and spend money properly? You took money from the police budget, which I might add, now your mayor of New York City is asking people to help stop assaults and violent crimes when they see them because there's no cops because they cut that budget ridiculously. And they're still broke. So here's a big one for you. All you stupid liberals out there. Breathe in with me. Learn to run your stuff better. Stop making everyone else pay for your stupid mistakes. And all you people that vote for them, actually look into this stuff. Can't turn around and blame it all on us and we're not running anything. Guess what? There are red states that have these problems, but just to see a sitting, senator come out and his spokesman be like, yep, the money we just got from the stimulus or this cleared the state's deficit. That's not what taxpayer dollars are there for. Which then leads to another, point two for the day, which drives me batty, as nuts as can be. Why are people on... why did the Democrats, none of them vote so that people on death row, to stop them from getting stimulus checks? What are they using them on? What are they paying in to get them? Is taxpayer dollars already funding their stay in these facilities? When I hear people the Boston Marathon bomber, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the one that survived, when I hear people like him qualify for the stimulus check, and then none of them on the left voted against it, what the hell did they do to deserve the money, to need the money? Are they struggling in prison when taxpayer dollars are paying for 3 hots in a cot, it's paying for everything for them? And that's taxpayer dollars, because they ain't making it. So what in the hell, literally, what did they need the money for? That kid, Dylan Roofer, whatever, the kid that shot up, I believe it was a Baptist church in South Carolina, bad haircut, white supremacist scumbag, that kid. Why the hell is he getting money from this stimulus thing when people are struggling and all this? Why the hell are people that are already getting, taken care of by the taxpayer dollars? Wherever they are, they ain't paying for it. Why are they getting stimulus money? And that came down with Joe Biden. He saw him, where would you like me to start cutting money from so it's not so big? Well, how about that's a good one? How about if you're corrupt, inept, fellow Democrats in New York City, Pelosi in her district, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, all these places. How about they just learn how to balance budget and not be such heaping piles of garbage and dumpster fires and morally, literally corrupt. Like, that's not what taxpayer dollars are there for, and that's we shouldn't be printing off money to save you because you're stupid and you can't do anything. But serious question. Like, how people like criminals on like death row, they still rate to get a check. Like, how do you not have a problem with that? And this is like a serious, like, moral, like, hell, not even a moral dilemma. This is just like using your brain. What the hell in the world did they do besides killing and maiming people? For life, damaging so many lives. Why the hell do they deserve checks in all of this? Like, how the hell do you even vote yes to let them get them when you're in that role, as in the Senate and the House and all? Like, how in the hell do you feel okay doing that? Because I literally, like, I see it and it makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, how on earth do you actually do that? Like, how big of a pile of garbage do you have to be to think that's okay? Like, I have a big heart. Ask anyone that, actually knows me. They don't just hear, the garbage that certain people, spew about me. I'll give what I've given, like, I get, and I normally give 90% of it away. I don't need it. I know I'll just waste it. Give it to someone that actually needs help. Yeah. All that, but, like, they don't deserve it. They don't need it. There's a reason they are where they are. Tell me I'm being mean. You can tell me I'm being obtuse. You can call me whatever you want. Like, what did they do to deserve it? What did any of them do? What are those big states and cities that did everything wrong? What are people, like, convicted murderers in prison? What the hell did they do to deserve it? Like, I get the hard-working Americans. Like, didn't I see it, like, cuts off at, like, $100,000 for an individual qualifies for it? Like, sorry, if you're making $100,000, you can openly admit you don't need $1,400. Then couples, I think it was up to like $200,000 or something. They still get money, because combined. Like, guess what? I don't know very many of them, but I can all but guarantee they don't need $1,400. Call me old-fashioned, call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but I'm pretty sure they're not hurting for cash right now. So put them on the list too. Why the hell are they getting it? That's dumb too. And I think I saw that dependents of people that are 16 or over, they qualify for them too, living under mom and dad's roof. If they're working and they're paying in the system, I get that. If they're claiming their own taxes, so they can't be, but like your kid's not working and staying at home, like the kid gets $1,400. Like, on top of the parents already getting money, like, for getting it and having the kid, like, the kid also gets money. Like, how about we cut that? How about it? Makes sense to me. Like, let's not give all that to people. Like, let's actually do a targeted system. Like, I've seen, like, actual, like, the Hannitys and them of the world that make, a good, decent amount of money. Say that they got one of the checks in the mail, like the hard copy check, like, for the first round. Like, granted, they've rushed right through that one. But, I mean, the amount of money that they're given to cut off to give people stuff is just, those people aren't struggling. Trust and believe. I know people at my level that are only slightly above it that are not struggling really right through all this. Like, there's people that, at the end of the month, yes. Middle class. Especially now, they need the help. But, I mean, six figures, like, all the way up to $100,000 or $200,000 per couple. Wherever the hell it is, hell, if you're making $150,000 combined, like, you don't need it. So yeah, if we could do something targeted, that would make a lot of sense, if you catch my drift. And another thing that would make a lot of sense to segue into the last part is this all Meghan Markle and Prince Harry sitting down with Oprah with all their grievances. We all know she's a trained actress. I'm not saying that she was acting, but she knows how to make it, look bad and play she was definitely, I mean, no matter how you are, she's playing the victim card. You know, didn't they say they left, you know, all of that behind to start? I think they're in Canada right now to get away from the media and all of that, everything that's going on with them. You know, like, if you're trying to get away from all of that and, like, why the hell are you going on Oprah? Because guess what? That proves you're not trying to get away from all of that and the media and everything following you around. If you go on Oprah, the last thing you're trying to do. Stay away from any of it. Especially when you're sitting there throwing the whole royal family under the bus, like literally every last one of them. Talking about being, rude and you were being, oppressed and all, like being oppressed wearing clothes that, cost a couple months of average Americans, earnings for the year. In your villa there, that costs more than most Americans make in their life combined, complaining about, guess what? If people bullied you and treated you like garbage, like I've never gotten anywhere near getting into royalty at all. Do any of it. I mean, you know what these things come. I mean, it's not like no one's ever heard about all the stuff and paparazzi and the media coverage and just people being scummy across the board. But the thing that really got me is like all that. She was whining. Granted, it could be like I'm sure there's some sort of truth in all of it, but for them leaving and all that, saying they just want to, be left alone and out of all the media and all this, that, and the other thing, like you get your like Netflix series. I'm pretty sure there's a book as well, and then you go on Oprah, which the whole entire world pretty much is like capable of seeing and will see because it's Oprah. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I don't think she's worth anything, but she's kind of a big deal. She has been for many, over 3 decades now. Like, she's still there. Like, how can you say you're trying to get away from everything? Then you go on Oprah and whine for that much. Like, if you really wanted to be left alone and kept away from the media, you wouldn't have gone on Oprah. Because that's just opening the door for the whole world to be right there again. So, I guess that's the hypocrisy there. I mean, but, like, come on, man. Like, the phrase gets used a lot, but, can't say you want to be left alone and stop getting screwed with. And all the stuff the media does, like saying all kinds of just vengeful, hateful things. Trust me, anyone that's, looked at anything, like look at the mainstream media, how they treated Donald Trump and anyone. Look how they're still treating him and anyone that supported him. And they're just hammering the guy. Still. And all of his people. Like, the media, no matter what, where you are, is scummy and they're going to follow you. And if they know that they're getting to you like that, they're going to keep doing it. From what I've noticed in my experience in life. So if you really want to be away from it all, don't go on Oprah. Do this big interview and open the door and say all this stuff that you did, because there's going to be more people wanting to know and more attention and everything. You're just winding your way through it. That's the way I see it. To get you more, eyeballs on you. Whenever your book, your Netflix series, and everything else that you're going to do comes out. And that's all you're doing. This leads into writing another book or do everything. Like, it just opens the door. That's all you're doing. Exploiting it. And no one's going to be able to tell. No one can. Like none of them were there. You have to take your word for it. So, this is for everyone in the world. Here's a bit of advice. If you say you want to get, away from, like, the royal family and this, that, and the other thing, and all of this, and how bad everyone treated you, you want to be away from the media, and how bad they're treating you, all the things they're saying. Don't go on Oprah. Because the second you do that, you're full of it. Just because it's Oprah and how big she is. Like, you're a lying POS. If you say one, then you do that. Like, can't have it both ways. Doesn't work that way. Unless I missed it. I could have missed the book. I don't know. But wanting to be left alone from all of that and Oprah are nowhere near one another. Nowhere near each other. Never will be anywhere near each other. It's just one of those physical impossibilities. These things happen though. Yeah, if you're a millionaire, multi-millionaire, you can just do whatever the hell you want because you're a prince, choose an actress, and yada yada yada. Like, it's funny how it's all celebrities doing all this crazy stuff. But that being said, I'm gonna jump off of here. I appreciate y'all more than you'll ever know. Like, comment, share, tell people, follow it. Follow it whether you're on Facebook, which is under the Jesse Rucinski Show. YouTube is under Jesse Rucinski. Rumble is under Bearded Ski. And now I can officially add and say Spotify. I'm on Spotify under the Jesse Rucinski Show, so you can follow it there. More followers, more it helps. And, tell me what you think somewhere. Comment. Tell me something you want me to talk about. Give me a piece of your mind. I'm open for just about any of it, but I could not let today go by without saying that, man, it feels good to be on Spotify. Take that, everybody in high school. I thought I'd be dead by now, or overdosed, homeless, something like that, but I'm the first one. I'm always to be on Spotify. Never saw that one coming, did ya? So a small victory lap for this guy, but enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate, giving me the time of day. Again, if you have Spotify, go along, follow there, so you get episodes whenever they come out, or wherever you prefer and like to listen. And until tomorrow, my friends, peace.